everybody doing today? My name is Steven Rosenberg and this is Gene Ginzburg. Welcome to Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes. We have some really exciting things to talk to you guys about today. Gene, I know, is very excited. Why don't you just jump right into it?
Yeah, so
Gene?
today I want to talk about the three stages of customer acquisition, and the way I describe them, I guess it's kind of a known way of describing these three stages of acquisition in the industry. So it's called top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, or Tofu Mofu Bofu is the other way of describing them. I know it's kind of a silly way of saying it, but that's now what it's become in our industry. Is the three ways Tofu Mofu Bofu. So in terms of what it all means, what are these points, and what does the top and middle and the bottom of the funnel look like, and why is it important? So just to kind of backtrack, take a step back for me, like a lot of times, of course, as many of you know, I own a digital marketing agency, and clients or potential clients come to me and they're like, okay, I want to start running, let's say, Facebook ads. And a lot of times what happens is, they're like, okay, let's start running Facebook ads today. Tomorrow they're like expecting to see sales. So it's typically not how marketing works in general. And the way I see it, taking another step back, is like marketing is very similar to like human relationships, and sometimes I feel like marketers forget that whole point. It's like we're marketing to people who are still humans, and the way they go through the process of getting to know you is in the human manner. So a lot of times marketers like jump several stages and several steps and try to sell you something right away before really getting to those three stages. So, as with everyone, we're not gonna, Steven, you and I, we've known each other for a long time, we're friends, but that took a long time, so, and someone you meet at a bar maybe tonight, you're not gonna marry them tomorrow, unless maybe you're in Vegas, and that's typically how it works.
Or even trust.
Exactly, yeah. Everything, relationships take trust, relationships take time, so it's the same concept in marketing. You meet someone, you trust them over time. You want to give them money, or you want to buy something from them because you trust them. They're an authority, they're an expert, and that totally makes sense. So same thing with marketing. So top of the funnel is awareness, and that usually involves anything from like articles or blog posts or videos. So you just want to bring awareness to your customers at that point at the top of the funnel. And if they're interested, they will engage with you further. And so the next step would be the middle of the funnel. And the middle of the funnel is what I call, customer engagement, in the sense that you want to give them more of what they were asking for and what they were what they were interested in. So maybe things like case studies or more content videos or white papers. So more content, more specific content, and more detailed more valuable content. And maybe longer content. So typically top of the funnel is shorter content. It's just a way for you to get your idea, your product, or your concept out there so people will see, and if they're interested and engaged, then they'll get to they will engage with you and get to the middle of the funnel, where you can nurture them over a period of time. And that period could be a day, or that period could be many months or years, even sometimes, depending on your product. If you're selling a pair of shoes, that could be a day or maybe an hour. If you have a complex, let's say, SaaS product, where it takes sales cycles to take months or years, then maybe that nurturing will take that long. It really depends on your product. And then the bottom of the go ahead.
Well, I think it's a variation, of like supply and demand also. I think that's an important component of it. Depending on where the supply and demand of that is, and then also where the price.
Yeah, of course.
So if it's a $5 million project, that's going to take longer than, like you said, a pair of sneakers, but also supply and demand. Whereas if sneakers were, you could hardly get a pair, then you would be much more apt to buy it quickly and to buy it at a higher price.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very. No, that's a very good point. Is that price points, and also supply and demand, and is it a commodity or not, that really will depend. And so the sales cycle will depend as well. So customer acquisition, top of the funnel, customer nurturing, middle of the funnel. So again, that customer nurturing process can take short time, long time, it really depends. And then customer acquisition is the bottom of the funnel. So that's usually when the transaction occurs. So that could be the sale of the shoes, the purchase of the shoes, or it could be the purchase of your $5 million SaaS product. So that's at the point where the relationship has gone to an instance where the user is interested in engaging with you and purchasing with you, and they're trusting you and they like what you have to say, and so they have gone through the 3 stages of the marketing funnel for the customer acquisition. So that is a quick overview of what top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel look like, and I highly recommend that every business use that, because again, we're all humans and you're marketing to humans, and we have a certain process that we need to go through before purchasing your product. So what are your thoughts, Stephen?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think people try to really take the romantic part of building a relationship out. Everybody's very impatient. They want to sell it, which I get, but it doesn't matter, because that's not how you build relationship. And even if you're able to get away on one sale, let's say for a pair of shoes, for example, but you don't do it the right way and it's rushed, you're not gonna, the chance of you getting a lifelong customer is much less if you really pressure somebody in the wrong way to do it. So you may win the battle by selling that pair of shoes, but what I would be much more focused on is, how can I get them to buy shoes from me
for the rest of their lives
forever, and buy shoes from me, and buy shoes from me for their kids, for their wife, for whoever. I think that's really important, and I don't think a lot of people really take that into consideration. They're focused on the here, they're focused on the now, focused on how much profit they're going to get out of it, and that's really all they care about. And especially when you add a layer of the internet in between that, where you can be quote-unquote anonymous or somewhat anonymous, it just gives people even more fuel to act like that. And I don't know, I just don't like that. I wasn't raised like that, and I really like human interaction. Something that I struggle with, I think, is even building a relationship via email. Nobody wants to talk on the phone anymore. Nobody wants to meet up anymore. It's all send me an email, send me an email, send me an email, or text, or whatever it is. And I find that really hard. It's much more challenging for me to build a relationship via email than face-to-face.
Yeah, that's also true.
But either way I approach it, I'm still focused on the longer term aspect. I'm not wanting to just sell them something today and be a snake oil salesman.
Yeah, absolutely true. That's another very good point that I didn't touch up on, but I appreciate you touching up on that. Is that, yes, you might make the sale today, but is that customer going to come back? What you're trying to, what is the goal? What is the end game for all of us as business owners, as entrepreneurs? That we don't want to just sell something today and then the customer is like, well, this is not what I wanted, or it was kind of done in not the best practice, but we want these customers to be coming back to us all the time. And so it's much more valuable to have a larger lifetime value of a customer than a smaller one. So we want to make sure there's longevity involved here, and not just here's my product and I made this upfront sale, but then everything else doesn't really matter. Of course it matters. It really matters for that particular customer to come back over months, years, decades, if you can hold on to that customer for that long.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is making sure that you're providing value. And if you really want to be there for the long game, provide more value than you're taking.
And that's another thing, is we're in it for the long haul. We want to, as businesses, and I hope that as businesses we want to do that. I do. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm not here for the just to hit it and quit it and move on and not really service my customers or my clients. As we all like to do, as we all want to make sure that we're adding value and we're servicing our customers and our clients for the long term, for the long haul.
Totally agree.
So, thanks.
Well, if anyone else out there has questions or comments, make sure you leave them below. We really appreciate you guys listening in, and as always, have a wonderful day. We'll talk
Thanks,
to you
Steven.
soon. Thank you, Gene. Life's lesson for today: don't hit it and quit it. I want to get that quote put on a t-shirt by Gene Ginzburg.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you'll continue to get involved and join us as we help you find success in your entrepreneurial journey. Please follow, like, and share with others who will find this beneficial. We'll see you on the next episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes with Steven and Gene.